Hey, so in this video I'm going to share with you my 10 top tips on how to lose fat. So for this one, we're going to talk about fat loss in particular. So we're not going to talk about weight loss. And quite often people get fat loss and weight loss compiled into one, and they're not actually the same thing. So you might actually lose body fat without losing any weight, which is going to bring us into one of the 10 points that I'm going to share with you today. Is you need to understand what you are eating. Randomly, day to day, you need to stop. You need to track everything you're eating for a period of a week to maybe 2 weeks, so that you can understand exactly how much food you're putting in your body in a 24-hour cycle or in a 7-day cycle. The easiest way to do this is to use an app. Something like MyFitnessPal is going to help you track everything you're eating, and then it will store it all together, and then you can look at the daily reviews or the weekly reviews to see the number of carbs, fats, proteins, and your daily calorific goal that you're eating. Once you have that, that can take you on to point 2. You need to be eating a consistent amount of food on a day-to-day basis over a prolonged period of time. That amount of food has to equate to what we call a calorie deficit. To achieve a calorie deficit, you're going to have to know where you are on a day-to-day basis, and then you want to reduce those calories. By reducing those calories, you're going to begin to achieve a calorie deficit. Once you've achieved a calorie deficit, you will then start to promote fat loss, i.e. your body will be using up the fat stores and the energy stores within you, and you will start to lose some body fat. Point number 3, lifting weights. Lifting weights can be a really scary thing. However, if you are lifting weights in the gym, you're more likely to burn calories for a longer period of time once you've finished training than what you would do if you'd just done some cardio. How this works is when we do weight training, we have higher different spikes in our cycle, which then puts us into what we call exercise post-oxygen consumption. You don't need to worry too much about that. It's a similar effect that you get when you do HIIT training. However, with this training effect, it just means your body's still recovering and burning calories at a higher rate once you've finished exercising. Therefore, you're going to burn more calories in a 24-hour cycle than what you would have if you just went and done some steady state cardio training. Point number 4, you're going to want to manage your weekends. This is going to tie in with points 1 and 2. Once you know what calories you should be eating on a day-to-day basis, you then don't want to go to the weekend and absolutely ruin this effect. If you know you're only meant to be eating 1,500 calories a day, and then Saturday comes around and you eat 4,000, immediately you've put yourself in a massive calorie surplus. You're not going to lose body fat if you're overeating. Therefore, at the weekends, you need to manage the calories you have, and you need to learn how to live within your means. If you know you've got a big weekend coming up, you can sacrifice some extra calories Monday to Friday. So take that 1,500 calorie a day goal down to 1,300 calories a day. You'll then have saved up 200 calories a day across 5 days. That gives you an extra 1,000 calories to play with on a Saturday or a Sunday. Be kind to yourself. You don't have to be completely restrictive. You do need to be able to enjoy what you're doing and enjoy what you're eating. This isn't about being on a diet. This is about changing your mindset and changing your whole bodily process. Manage your weekends, and then you will start to see the results. As I mentioned in point 3, HIIT training, that exercise post-oxygen consumption. If you want to increase your fat loss, you want to add a little bit of HIIT training into your week. 1, 2, or 3 sessions would be absolutely optimal. Up to 30 minutes, it doesn't need to be any more than that. The purpose of HIIT training is to speed up your metabolic rate and burn fat at a higher rate. You're also going to get some great effects of feeling fitter. You're going to get faster. You will even get stronger as well, and you'll learn how to absolutely love the movements, love the exercise, and get a good adrenaline rush in your body. Number 6, you just want to keep active. It's as simple as that. Set yourself a daily step count. If right now you're hitting 5,000, 6,000 steps a day, you really want to push that up to the 10,000 step a day mark. You can use a pedometer on your phone. If you've got a tracker watch, you can use that. There's loads of different ways out there now for you to track your daily steps. The more you move, the more you're going to increase your calorie expenditure. The more steps you get, the more likely you're going to be able to achieve that fat loss. Number 7, are you stressed? Chances are if you're stressed, your body's going to be holding on to as much as it can. That means your body weight's going to be a little bit higher, and that means you're probably not going to be losing fat at the rate you could be losing fat if you were just to find some time to relax and de-stress. I know this is a bit of a strange one, but hormones react in different ways. We're all very different, and how hormones affect me, they might affect you differently. For me personally, I know if I'm stressed, no matter how much I'm dieting, no matter how much I'm moving, my body will just keep holding on to that extra fat. Once I learn to relax, my body slows down, and eventually I start to get those shreds that I'm after. Stress is often so overlooked in these things. Don't overlook it. Before you go start changing your food, your training, everything in your lifestyle, just focus on unwinding a little bit more and giving your body a chance to revive and recover. Similar to that, point 8, do you get enough sleep? We need 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night for our bodies to reset. If you're not getting enough sleep, you're not letting your insulin stores reset. Chances are, if they're not resetting, your body's not responding properly and effectively to the food you're eating and to the training that you are doing. So make sure you get enough sleep. If you get enough sleep, again, your fat loss will begin to increase. Sleep and stress together, combined, can have amazing effects on your body composition and on your fat loss journey. You just have to learn how to manage them both and get enough for you. Point number 9. If you're stepping on the scales all the time and you're not seeing those numbers going down, you're going to be negatively impacting your mindset and negatively impacting your emotional relationship with your journey. Avoid the scales. Use photos, use measurements. If numbers not going down, don't worry about it. Fat loss happens through time and through consistency. You'll look leaner, although you might not even lose a few pounds. You have to relax with it and just really get out of that mindset that to lose fat, the weight has to come off. It doesn't. And in line with that, number 10, trust the process. You have to give it time. Fat loss is not going to happen in a week, in 2 weeks. I'm sorry to say. It's going to take a month, 2 months, 3 months to get you into a decent shape and to get that fat loss coming down at a progressive rate. It's a long process and you have to trust it. Fat loss takes time, it takes consistency, it takes motivation, and it takes dedication. But if you're so determined to get there, you will get there. Just embrace your journey, ride it out, and do what you can. One day, you will feel in the best shape of your life, and when you feel there, believe me, it's so worth it.